In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 YouTube stats that I think you're going to find really interesting. And these aren't just pulled off the internet, these are YouTube stats from our own YouTube channels. And I think this first one is going to blow your mind. Long format videos can generate an insane amount of YouTube ad revenue. So I have 3 analytical screenshots here to show you from 3 of our videos. Now, these 3 videos are in the 3+ hour mark. As with all these stats I'm about to show you, I don't want you to completely change the direction of your channel based on the stats I'm going to show. Just because long format can generate an insane amount of revenue, it doesn't mean you need to go out and start creating long format videos. You need to be looking at your own channel and think, long format works incredibly well, but does it work for me, and does it work for my channel, and does it work for my audience? If it doesn't, don't run out and create long format videos just based on what I'm going to show you. But this is a video that we produced a few years ago, and this was over 3 hours long, this video, and it generated 5 million views, which is pretty damn good. But the revenue was significantly higher than it would be if we just got 5 million views from a short video or a long format video in the 10 to 20 minute range. That's because the longer the video, the more ads are placed within that video. So that's something to consider when you're doing long format. But can you keep people's attention for 3 hours? That is where the magic comes. Because if they're just watching it for 2 minutes and then dropping off, you've just wasted your time. Okay, so that's the first one. 5 million views, $25,000 worth of revenue just from this video, but it gets better. This next one was, we had less views on this one, however we had a lot more revenue. That's because people were watching this video for a lot longer, and we had 4,000 subs from that channel, 3 million watch hours. But check this last one out, $99,000 from one YouTube video. Now again, this video was over 3 hours long. And the reason that this one did so well is A, because it's just around a topic that's just super interesting that people can watch for a long period of time. You know, if you were just talking about the same thing for 10 minutes and then just extending that into a 3 hour long video, no one's going to watch it. Whereas people were watching this video for pretty much the whole duration. So as you can see, 5 million views, which is amazing. However, $100,000 almost just from one video is astronomical. Now, of course, every single video is not like this. This is an outlier. But moral of the story, long format, so documentary style, anything over an hour generally. These ones were 3 hours long, so these are exceptionally long videos. But anything over an hour is going to significantly increase your revenue if the video is done well and if people are watching it. On the contrary, shorts earn a significantly less amount of YouTube ad revenue. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people who want to get into shorts generally want to get into creating YouTube shorts because they perceive it as being a get-rich-quick scheme, because shorts do not take anywhere near as long to create, and they think they can make hundreds of thousands in YouTube ad revenue per month. I do not know anyone who is earning hundreds of thousands of dollars in YouTube ad revenue just from shorts. That's not to say they don't exist. They may exist somewhere, but most people do not earn, even the top shorts creators are not earning significant amounts of revenue per month. Now, again, that's not to say you don't want to go down that angle, but a lot of people get into shorts because they think it's just a quick and easy way of making money, but it's not. Yes, shorts don't take as long to create, but they don't generate as much revenue, so it's a trade-off. Yes, long format takes a lot longer to create, but they can generate more interest, they can generate more views, they can generate more subscribers, they can generate more revenue, so it's a trade-off. This particular short, this is one of our highest viewed shorts. Now, we've produced a few hundred shorts over the past few years. We've not really invested too much time into them because A, we just don't really enjoy them that much, and it's not where our strengths lie, so we don't really do that many of them. But this particular one did quite well. It had 7.4 million views, which in the shorts world is not insane, but it's also, it's not super low either. 23,000 subscribers this video generated, which is great. However, as you can see, the revenue on that is pretty low. $185 for 7 million views. As you could see earlier, we had 5 million views and almost $100,000 in YouTube ad revenue. So the difference between shorts revenue and long format revenue is night and day. Just something to consider. Stat number 3, live streaming can be very powerful, not only in terms of driving engagement, but also in terms of generating revenue. Now, we've done quite a few live streams over the past couple of years on various different channels, Now it has to work for that channel and that audience, first things first, but you also have to get them right. Now I'll probably do a separate video of how to do live streams and tips and tricks when it comes to creating live streams. But the live streams that we have run over the years have just kind of been more tests, more so than anything, and just to give our viewers something to watch on a continuous basis, which we then stopped. So it's just been for a month or so. But as you can see, this live stream we ran for, I believe it was 2 months, and it generated 500,000 views, and it generated $3,600 in YouTube ad revenue. Now remember, as with most live streams, they do not take a significant amount of time to set up and run. They're kind of set and forget type of things. So that's something to consider when it comes to live streams. Now, we will probably create a live stream only channel this year just as a test. Because like I said, these have all just been live streams that we've ran on existing channels. But as you can see, live streams can be a great way to generate revenue. And the good thing about a live stream is you do not need to be getting hundreds of thousands of views on them on a regular basis in order to start building up a high view count. So this one and then the next one that I'm going to show you, both of these live streams were not getting any more than 500 views at any one time. Sometimes it would drop to 50, sometimes it would be 100, but over time, those views start to build up and so does the revenue. And because live stream is in theory an extremely long video, the ad revenue is going to be higher. Generally, you wouldn't earn this type of ad revenue from, obviously you certainly wouldn't earn $9,000 from 1 million views on a short, and generally on a regular length video of 10 to 20 minutes, you probably wouldn't earn that kind of revenue either. However, because it's a live stream, you do. So something to consider, if you had a thought in the past, I'd love to get into live streaming, or is live streaming a good thing to do on YouTube? I'm showing you here that it can be if you do it in the right way. Stat number 4, YouTube is a really long game. If you want to be in this YouTube business for the long haul, you need to think bigger picture. Now, a lot of people come into this industry because they want to get rich quick. They want to get monetized in 30 days. They want to start earning a ton of money. And yes, that can happen, but for the majority of creators, that's not how it goes. It's long, steady process that generally wins. As you can see, this is one channel that we run that we started a few years back in 2019. And this is one of our favorite channels. And it's a very steady, consistently good channel. There's no massive ups and downs. You know, there's no catching trends, there's none of that kind of thing. It's just really nice, stable and steady progress. That is the kind of thing that you want to see on a YouTube channel. If you have massive highs and massive lows in your analytical data, which I'm going to actually show you in the next screenshot, it's probably not a good thing, because A, you're probably struggling to retain your current audience. And when we see that on other people's YouTube channels too, we also have to take a deep dive into why that's happening. Now, as you can see on this particular analytical data, which is from one of our channels, it's just nice and steady. If you have any interest in getting into YouTube, know that it's a long-term gain and it's not going to change your life overnight. Yes, it can, but it's probably not going to. It's going to be slow and steady growth over a couple of months, 6 to 12 months, and then a year to 5 years is when things will really start growing. Stat number 5, sometimes it just doesn't work out. So this is a channel that we actually stopped last year because it just wasn't working. Now, this was a channel that we started because it was something that we really enjoyed, and it was a topic that we thought was going to do very well on YouTube. And I think it would have if we'd have given it maybe another year or so. But we were getting telltale signs that this channel was not moving in the right direction. So as a team, we decided to stop it. Now, as you can see, it was getting big ups and downs, and they weren't anything crazy. It was still only in the few thousand view range. But when you're seeing that over a few months, it means you're struggling to kind of hit the right videos and get the right audience. Now, like I said, if we'd have ran this channel for another year or so, it probably would have started to grow. But based on our intuition of years and years of running YouTube channels and seeing data like this all the time, we just had a feeling that this channel wasn't right and it wasn't going to work, and we decided to pull it. So sometimes YouTube just doesn't work. And this channel, again, got monetized. This channel was, it got monetized really quickly as well, but it just wasn't working. And you need to know when it's time to change and to move on to something else. And we had that intuition to do that. So a reminder, if you've been running your YouTube channel for, let's just say, a year plus and you're still not seeing any growth, like I said, we cut this earlier than a year, but that's because we as a team see this all the time, and we have built up the intuition to know whether or not it's going to work, whether it's not. If you've been running your YouTube channel for a year and you're seeing zero growth, and you've been staying consistent, and you've been enjoying the process and not doing it for the purpose of just trying to get rich, maybe it's time to reevaluate that particular channel. Now, just because you're giving up on your YouTube channel doesn't mean you're giving up on YouTube. You can create another channel. A lot of the big time YouTubers, that's probably not their first channel. That could be their second or third channel. For some people it happens instantaneously, for some people it doesn't. Okay, so that's 5 stats from our own YouTube channels. I hope you found those interesting. I think you're probably going to find the long format one the most interesting, because a lot of people just don't realize how much revenue you can actually generate, that is even available to generate on YouTube. You know, we hear about YouTube millionaires and this, that, and the other, but you don't actually get to see how much people are earning. Back in the day, it was almost frowned upon to share your YouTube data, revenue data, with other people, which was bizarre, but that's kind of how it was. Nowadays, you're free to share whatever you want, which is great, because not only am I sharing this data so that you can see it, I'm also giving you the stories and the tips and tricks that go with that data. So I hope you found that interesting. Don't forget to check out some of our other videos, and stay tuned for more to come. Thanks for watching, keep creating, and I'll see you next time.